Okay, welcome. This is Amanda B's Creations channel. If you are here for the first time, welcome. If you're back, thank you so much. Today we're going to do a video on all the stuff that I made, not this year, but for Christmas presents this year. Some of these I've been working on for quite some time. This oval rug I started this summer. This is an oval rug, and I made it with 3 full-length bags with just the top and the bottoms cut off, braided together as the core, and then with 2-inch strip plarn and a single crochet out the back around. And I've been doing kind of a crochet diary, a creation diary on this one as I go. And this is the finished product here. My last update, I was finishing up this little slip stitch around the outside. And I really like how that turned out. I used this steel hook. It's the size I. Yeah. This hook is my favorite. I use it for just about everything. And mostly because I've never broken this one. I've broken a lot of crochet hooks. I've bent them, I've snapped them in half, I've lost them. This is my go-to. All right, so that's that one. And the other one that I've finished is this zigzag puff stitch one that I've also been doing a creation diary video series on. My last video update, I had the pattern of all of the rows done, and I was starting excuse me, on the sides here. So what I came up with was to do a slip through the sides there and then just a slip stitch around the border there. So that's that one done. And they probably wouldn't have taken me as long to do if I hadn't had to stop so much and make new plarn. So usually I keep all of my kind of projects in the works in this bag, which you've seen in a lot of my videos. I made this one pretty much the same as the oval basket you see the first one, but I made this for myself to store all of the plarn that I made for the various projects, because at one point I just went to the bag recycle place at the grocery store and just raided it like Santa Claus and brought home a bunch. Then I needed a place to store it all, so I made this. It's kind of an ombre effect. It starts really dark, and then I mixed in a lighter blue with the dark, then all lighter blue, then, gradually moving up to a really light blue, and then a cream, and then finally a white on top. This one, I think I used a size K crochet hook, J, K, somewhere in there. It is a half double crochet in the back loops. And I did these little handles on here. I'm not happy with them. I might make them a bit beefier later on. But this took me like just a couple days. I whipped it up really fast. It's all acrylic yarn that I had. My mom this year gave me, for my birthday in September, gave me a giant bag of acrylic yarn. And so this is all from that. I've been trying to find uses for them this year. So I put it to good use. I also made for myself this little basket. I always end up making myself some things for Christmas. I don't do that intentionally, it just works out that way. So this one, I wanted to try this stitch. It's the waistcoat stitch or the knit stitch. I think it has a couple of names. But this is a snowflake basket. The free pattern for this size has handles and a different top. but I didn't really need the handles with it, so I didn't make those. It's from Crochetpreneur by Pamela, and the pattern is called Let It Snow, and she has a bigger size of this as well. But this one I made with just some of the navy acrylic yarn and the white yarn that I also used in that other one. I still have tons of this yarn to use up. It is just some of this, I think she got it at a garage sale or a thrift store or something like that. All bunch of colors, but they're all kind of the same kind of yarn, so they all go well together. So I also made, so in this basket for the snowflakes is what I used this for. And these are the ones I have left. These I just made as some little gift tags, but I also made a lot of snowflakes to go on the gift cards that I made this year. So that's what I put in this basket, was as I was making all of the various little snowflakes, I put them in this basket to kind of help motivate myself. I made 3 different sizes this year. This is the smallest one. These are all from, let me see if I can say it right, Sarah Phir, Phir. I'll put it in the description link. I'll put everything in the description link if I can. They are all free patterns. This is the smallest one. The medium size one I did was the Starburst snowflake, and the largest one that I did for my holiday cards, I did the Starweb snowflake. And I just, I used some, sorry, I'm reaching for things. I just used just my little go-to, what is this, 2mm? It says a 7. I think that's 2mm, somewhere in there. And then some red and white crochet thread. I did the snowflakes all in white this year, and then I tied them kind of around the envelope. So I tied them around the envelope of the thing with the person's name and tied it with a bow with the red crochet thread. And yeah, so those were all from the same person. They were all from that Sarah Phir site. And I also, the same acrylic yarn that I used for these, I made some bags or little pouches. This one, these are all acrylic yarn. Let's see, this one is off of a Pinterest pattern, and I did not get the name of it. Pinterest is not very good at citing sources of places, but this is the pattern that I used, and I just used this one. You're supposed to make it this way, so long ways on your basket like that, but I wanted to try out the pattern, and I think that looks pretty cute. And that took a while because I'm not very fast at tapestry crochet. It's a new kind of skill I picked up this year. Something new to try. This was my first one, and you can see it's kind of, it's a little bit big on the stitches. You can kind of see some of the other things poking through, but I read up a little bit more on it and got a little bit better. These 2 patterns are from tapestrygrochet.com. She has a bunch of free patterns for flat and round tapestry crochet on those as well. And I just did little zippers and little charms on those. I also made some fingerless gloves this year. These are, I don't know if you can see the little stitch on it. It's like a little shell scallop. There we go. These are from Creation. It's got 2 J's in it. I'll put that in the description link as well. This pattern had a bunch of different languages, and it was a free pattern. The other ones that I made don't have the little thumb, thing on them. They're just a little hole for the thumb. And these, I made these in a couple of different sizes. I made these ones and these ones. This yarn is, it's acrylic, but it almost looks like a mohair. It's got that kind of halo-y, soft yarn look to it. And I thought that might be kind of nice for a larger set of gloves. So I made 4 pair, actually. I made one for my daughter. She thought that they looked like Totoro gray, so she kept them in this little Totoro box that she got for Christmas, and with this little cute little Totoro amigurumi I made for her earlier this year. And she's 8, so these are quite small, but she keeps them in her little special box. She loves them. That was one of her Christmas presents this year too. That one we got at a Comic-Con, and it's by this Fireside Workshop company. They did a really good job. She loves that. Okay, what's next? All right, this next one, I didn't use a pattern or anything like this. This one was kind of a different process. This one was, I have this thing, what am I gonna do with it? So I had been saving a bunch of gift cards, and this summer I was like, okay, I'm gonna use these. I don't know what I'm gonna use them for. So I came up with this, some little earring sets. I had a bunch of different ones. I did give some of them away already. But as you can tell, they're little gift cards on the back. And I just cut out little shapes and put them together. Drill a little hole, and then I cut them with tin snips, and then I used a nail file to smooth out the edges so they wouldn't be sharp. And then just, hooked up some jewelry stuff on those. So those are also some Christmas gifts. Like I said, I've already given some of them away. And let's see, I also made my mom this thing. Now, the lady who had this on her site, I am not even going to try and pronounce it. It's in some sort of Cyrillic Russian name, but it's kind of like a Zentangle. She did a square one with some pink crochet thread. I used white, obviously. As I was doing it, I kind of thought this sort of looks like a cross section of a brain coral, which of course reminded me of my mother because she loves ocean stuff. So I kind of just made it look more like that and kind of semi-circular without being like perfect. And since she loves to sew, she makes a lot of quilts and stuff. I was thinking that she would love to do this as like a ocean object kind of thing, like maybe put some shells in with it and put like maybe a petite fabric behind it and things like that, or even just use it like this as a doily or a placemat or something like that as a candle. So anyways, I made that for her. I also made a couple of bookmarks this year. I made one for my husband. So that's this one. I made them like super, super long so that they would fit like a standard size book. And on his, I put this little weight on one end. But this one is from braceletbook.com. And this one is, it's kind of just making it all look white in the center, but it's actually not. It's actually a gradient of a bunch of colors. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Maybe? No. This one is 22188. I'll leave a link for that one in there as well. And I made this one for my sister. It's also the same length, roughly. And I don't remember the pattern name for this one, but it's from that same braceletbook.com site. I just used like double the length of thread that it tells you to do, and I used size 10 crochet thread instead of embroidery floss. I like the way it looks better. I think it doesn't fall apart or fray as easy, but it still does get tangled up as you do it, so you kind of just gotta keep going. So yeah, I think that's everything. Next year, which is fast approaching, I'm going to be working on using up some more of the acrylic yarn that I still have. I am going to be mending a lot of things like winter garments and things like that as I put them away. I'm going to try to I'm going to be getting some better camera equipment and things like that so I can do some Plarn tutorials, because right now I don't have the ability to do a sound on my video, and I don't have very good editing capabilities. So those are some things I'm going to be working on, getting some better equipment and doing some serious Plarn tutorials and videos. I would also really like to do some tutorials on not just your usual shopping bag Plarn tutorials, but ones with like bread bags and, you know, other plastics that even if you don't use plastic shopping bags from the grocery store, other items that come into your home that would be made out of plastic that you can use to make things as well. So I want to do some of those, and I am making a personal challenge for myself to do everything that I have on hand, because I have a tub full of plastic that all needs to be cut. So I got to get on that. But yeah, that's all stuff that is coming within the next year. Things that I'll be working on. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I will all of the pattern links and things like that in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye.